And hello!
Hello everybody. How are we all doing today?
I'm good, thank you for asking. We were talking, obviously, to the more important people out there, which is you. It's us, Jamie and Sophie, your Valentine's sweethearts. So if you haven't got anyone to spend Valentine's weekend with, we're here. I'm queer. Actually, we're both sort of queer, although I hate that word. But, how you doing? How's your good?
I'm alright. I'm just a bit behind. I need to share the post because that's what we need to do when you're watching. Please, the very first thing you need to do is share the post. Let's try and get as many people watching this as possible. I
just shared actually, but the reason we were a few minutes late, and I do apologise, that is my fault because we were gossiping, and then I thought, do you know what? I'd like to finish my cigarette. And then Sophie, usually it's the other way round, I get panic over being late, and Sophie's like, oh my Jamie, you're late, and I was like, sod it, I'm having a fag. But there we go. So it's been out of those things. Someone just said, has a tash gone? Yes, it has.
I hadn't even noticed.
I know, I've hairsprayed my beard, keep it in place. I did trim back, just because, actually I was going to do partial drag tonight, but because of Chocolate World, I didn't have time to put anything on to do it.
Because no, I thought that you were going for the Uncle Albert kind of look on there and tell us all about. So instead of telling us all about the wars, you were like, well, back when I was Mr. Leather.
I need a t-shirt with that on. So who's in the room? Evening to Andrew. Hello, sir. Good evening,
Paul.
Andrew.
Hey, Paul.
Martin says good evening. Good
evening.
Hey,
Martin.
Sophie
hello,
says
me.
Good evening. Lorna says hola.
Hey, Lorna.
Por favor. That is the only Spanish I know. I believe I do order the Pepsi.
What, you just said yes, please.
It's the only word I needed when I was in Gran Canaria. Now, Andrew says, Jamie, you're looking fresh. You've been outside. No, I have left the house. I did stand outside earlier.
He's had a bath for a change or a shower because of all the chocolate.
I shower every day. Too much chocolate in my nails. Need to take my nails off. Mark says, hello all. Is it really the 12th today? Let me go and verify by the speaking clock. But I'll say 10p and not dial-up.
It's the 13th.
Oh, I might have changed the date on the description.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry, Mary, we got that one wrong.
Daniel says, my birthday Monday, any birthday wishes? Yes,
happy birthday!
We'd sing it to you, but because we are professional singers, we have to save our voices.
Got to save the voice.
Yeah.
Save the voice.
Yeah.
Save the voice.
My album is coming out soon.
My guitars are packed away. My album is out. It is there on the Spotify.
I want an album too. It's called My Cauliflower Grows on My Patch. Can't wait for you all to hear that one. Mano says evening all.
Hey Mano.
Amy says, is Jamie going Amish on us? I'm in an Amish paradise. I really am. Rob says good evening. Good evening.
Hey Rob. Hey Amy.
And Mano's being just a cheeky sod. He needs a Bible, Amy. And Martin says he's getting circumcised. We're a bit old to be circumcised, aren't you? And Paul says, cerveza, por favor, is the only phrase in Spain. I do work for a Spanish company, so I know Vale. I know Buenas noches. And something else. Guapo, because I'm handsome. That's the girls call me guapo. Although they haven't seen me for years, so they're going to be fat guapo now, unfortunately. But there we go. Ooh.
Yes, cool. No, but I do actually have an EP and a couple of singles that are published on all of the things on the spots of the spots of Fry. So Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all the bits and pieces. Obviously, Colours and Fires. All my guitars are packed away, so I won't be playing any music today. You'll be pleased to know, but please do check those out and have a listen, because the more that you listen, Spotify may actually eventually get round to giving me some money. I'm not quite sure. Hey Anatole, how are you?
Yes. Waiting for him to answer back. I don't know why I was doing that then, but I realised we're not on phoning. Anatole says one of us is timeless. Which one? So
Be
that's
careful
all
how
I
you
know.
answer that one. Compliments only, please, especially because it's Singletine's Day tomorrow. Sorry, Valentine's Day for those of you that are in the
Yes.
that have the misfortune to be in a couple.
Oh, and if you are going to be spending Valentine's on your own, I do apologise if you've never got an order of chocoholic chocolates where you can simply gorge yourself on all those chocolates and get fatter and be single for the rest of the year. But it's that weird time, isn't it? Because I think people who are in couples though get loved up too much, I think. And then people who are single just go, well, sod it, I'm on my own, I don't care. I've never understood the commercialism of Valentine's Day until I opened a chocolate company. And then now
That's when. But you, because you used to own a dairy, and then you were milking it. Then.
pointing to the wrong corner.
Yeah, no, I always I was going to say you're doing it in the wrong direction. You're actually asking me for help, whereas in fact, everyone knows that
sweet nothings in your ear.
everyone knows that it's me the one that needs kind of rescuing. No, it always used to make me laugh years ago when I used to be in what started out to be a very happy marriage. We've got 2 wonderful children, so we did some right things. But I made the mistake one year. It says, "Love you with all my love, especially on Valentine's Day," and then I got a huge amount of grief from them saying, "Oh, so why just today? What about for the rest of the year? Why have you got no love for me for the rest of the year?" So I then had to, on every card from that subsequent point onwards for birthdays and Valentine's and Christmas, I had to put always. And then I made the mistake of spelling always wrong. So it was then all ways. And I was like, yes, because I do love you in all of the ways of all the things. But there we go. So back in the day when love was cool. But yeah, I just think it's a bit of, yeah. I have very differing kind of views. As a single person, I think any kind of relationship is just a complete waste of time. There we go. I'd much rather be focusing all my energy and all my money on me rather than having to pay for things for somebody else. And then otherwise I wouldn't be able to buy all the wonderful gadgets that I keep on treating myself to.
And if that's cheered you up, that glorious fault.
Yes.
So what have we got to look forward to this evening? Well, we don't know because we make it up.
I haven't got a clue.
along.
Literally have got no idea. I got a message earlier to say get a piece of paper and write some things down. So we've done that. Really
Yes.
looking forward to that. So that's going to be interesting, and I hope it's something that you can all join in with as well at home. And if you are loved up and you do want to say a happy Valentine's to somebody, please put the message on the chat. And if you want to put a Valentine's message for somebody that doesn't know that you're their Valentine, then put a message on the chat. It'll be blatantly obvious because it will have your name on it anyhow. Paul, sweetheart, sorry, I'm a raging lesbian, so unfortunately that's not
Other
gonna
proposals are available.
happen. That's so sweet of you. And look, I put the Love Hearts dress on, especially for tonight. You can think about whether that was especially for you, if you want to, but it was especially for tonight.
I didn't dress up. I just got my... Oh, I've just knocked the desk over. I just got my children's presenter outfit on because...
Why is it a children's presenter outfit? I'm interested with because it's got 72, 25 and
No, because it's all like... It's red and blue. Everyone used to call me a children when I wore this out. It's actually
Mr. Tumble. It's Mr. Tumble.
So I don't know why. People just started saying it when I first started going out there. And I just called it that because the reason I shouldn't have worn this because what you can't see in this room moment is the amount of chocolate on the floor, on the walls, everywhere that I have to wait to set so I can peel it off.
So Now, I thought that you were kind of like carefully crafting and making kind of wonderful chocolates, and they look amazing. And if you haven't had the opportunity to order some, I think obviously the window of opportunity is closed, so you may have to wait a few weeks for.
I'm a businessman. I can open that window
whenever the next window of opportunity closed. But what I didn't realise is that clearly, with the quantity, by the way that you're describing it, the quantity of chocolate which is all across the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and what have you, clearly at the end of your chocolate shift, you decided that rather than out of clay, that you tried to reenact the scene from Ghost with Mano, but by using chocolate.
No, is the answer to that, quite frankly. Well, if you made chocolate before, I know some people have messed about in the kitchen before, it is very, very messy. But I can just drag this on, I think, show you what you will miss out on. Here we go. Anything happen? There we go. This is the Pride chocolates that I did. Let me just take that off the screen. Now you're showing.
I just got
messy. There's a lot of chocolate
in the right position then. I was hiding behind it to start off with and trying to figure out where to go. They looked amazing. They looked absolutely amazing, and I know that
they were alcoholic.
in the Zoom after party for the because there was no show yesterday, but we still had the after party. You were showing some of those. Mano was showing them on the camera. Is there going to be an after party tonight for everybody to join in?
Sophie, that is a rather daft question. There's always an after party that's inclusive and always available for everyone that wants to watch and take part. Obviously, we do have what's the word? A holding room for people, because we need to make sure that the people that are in that room do have the opportunity to lead in a safe space.
Yes.
So we do vet people who are coming in. We've got some rules like no homophobic language, obviously. Allies are more than welcome. And we have to make sure that some of the discussions we have in there remain a safe space for everyone. So we don't want to offend. Paul's saying that last night it was until 5 a.m. Blimey, I'm glad.
Wow.
I snuck
Okay.
off and went to bed.
I bailed out before then. I think I stayed up watching television until about 2:30 because I got kind of hooked on.
But you were tired last night.
I was extremely tired, and when I get really, really tired, I just basically have no energy to do anything, which includes apparently going to bed. I really didn't have the energy to actually go to bed. So I know that's always lots of fun. Everybody is welcome. But that little holding message at the beginning is just so that everybody knows that it's a completely safe space. Then we've got some rules and what have you. And I believe the in the post there on. Oh, thank you for following. Helen, hello Helen. Thank you very much for following. Lovely to see you on the chat and doing the following, the sharing and stuff. So there's the details are going to be posted up onto the main post. Is that all? I don't know whether
yes,
that was,
all contained. It's all technical behind the scenes here, so I have to write all the titles out in advance. Obviously, by the sounds of it, I put the wrong date. Let me just check this actually.
Whilst you're doing that, hi Helen. If you want to listen to some other good music, you should check out Helen. Her music is insane. It's absolutely incredible. Lucky to see them the other week. There was a kind of so at the Global Cafe there used to be the Boho night, which is open mic night, and that's now on Zoom on a Wednesday evening, and we get lots of people coming in there. We have a good old chat and we all play songs and what have you, not at the same time because that would be insane. So it's really good. Thank you so much for dropping in and saying hi. No, because we've now got an actual. So FOD's got a proper. FOD has got a proper Zoom license. Because before it was me trying to get it all ready and kind of typing it into the chat and what have you. So go and have a check out onto the various posts of the posts. If the link isn't there, then Jamie's going to put that up. Now, apparently, there's when you're joining there, depending on the device that you're using, sometimes it will kind of click straight into Zoom, especially if you're on a laptop, whether it's a Windows or Mac, or sometimes I think even on tablet. But other times it kind of takes you through. So have a look at that for the meeting ID and the password. Everybody is welcome. Please do kind of join in. It's not kind of like just a kind of tight group of people. It's welcome to everybody, even if it's just for a few minutes, just to say hi, give us some feedback on the show, and what have you. Maybe there's some ideas for some segments that you want to see in the future. Maybe that you want to be a contestant on one of the quizzes that we quite often host.
Yes, and hopefully we will have a game this evening. We've asked it's meant to be a surprise. I wasn't going to tell Sophie, but she found it anyway. We take it in turns to host a game, but both of us, our computers are not catching up with technology as they go on. So I decided today we'll just get a phone in from the it was going to be Manuel the Pod Uncles. The Pod Uncles won the toss, and they are going to pit Sophie and myself against each other. So I do know, because even though I'm deaf, I could hear cackling earlier when Mano, Brendan and Mark were on a phone call. So it's going to be there must be some humour, although their humour goes over my head, same as most humour, to be honest. So who knows? Are you drinking yet, Soph?
I am drinking. I'm trying to sort out the lights because apparently I've got these dark lines that's coming down here. That's just it's actually the shadow from these lights. It's not actually my makeup. I haven't decided to do I
actually have a light here now, but I keep seeing I should not have put gloss in my hair, I think, because it's lighting up my hair a little bit. To separate me from the background, which, as you're going to realise, we're not in the same room. No,
we're not in the same room, and we've got, by the wonders of technology, we're able to be side by side. We are socially distanced by about 2 miles.
2.3. I remember looking this up once for a gag, and I can't remember what I found out. Obviously, I have a black line down the middle. When Sophie does hers, there's no black line. It's because I think I've got a black background on it. So let's see what else is coming up on the chat room. Brendan says, I can't believe there was so little beard left when Mano got all the chocolate out. Yes, there was a lot. There was actually a lot of chocolate in my beard last night, and then followed by piri piri chicken. Other foods are available, obviously, but that wasn't the reason I needed trimming. And mainly, I was actually going to do partial drag tonight, and that's all it was. Why I shaved back from. So, Amy says, "Wow, what a coincidence! You're both 3 miles apart, and you've decorated your homes exactly the same." That's because we're trendsetters.
We are. We absolutely are. When we do it next week, because I'm driving again next week, hold on to your horses for that show.
There'll be 4 shows on Saturday night.
We'll see how that all kind of turns out. Having a bit of a kind of a reconfiguration of the technology and what have you on my end. And after doing lots of research, I found out why one of the main reasons why everything was struggling last week is because I was using my MacBook Air, which I thought was as being one of the top end of from the MacBook Air series. It was going to be quite sufficient, but for those of you that understand technology the same way that we do, on the MacBook Air, the CPU and the GPU are shared on the same chip, so therefore everything starts to overheat and overprocess, and it just becomes a little bit too much. But on the MacBook and the MacBook Pros and the Mac Minis, the CPU and the GPU are two separate chips, so therefore it can disperse off and balance the load, and therefore doesn't have anywhere near as much. So here endeth the lesson.
Over my head. But I remember saying to you, Sophie, when we were getting a few issues with, not latency, it's the wrong word, but sometimes the video and the audio wasn't always matching when Sophie came into the stream. So I was going, I'm going to get a Core X something or other. I can't remember what it's called now. Just because anything that makes what we do here at F.O.D easier on the eye, because obviously we can't both be the pretty bits of F.O.D. Other pretty bits are available under the desk. But So I went to get the system, and we've both got the same system now.
We've both got the same system. We've got to wait for the Magic graphics cards. I'm having them couriered over to me hopefully tomorrow. So a friend of mine has got some of those. Apparently, you were saying yesterday there was a bit of a world shortage of GPUs. But luckily,
yes.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you go to any company, you cannot buy them. Even Curry's, when I complained to Curry's Twitter, they said, I'm sorry the item is inside. I was like, item? Every single graphics card is not in your store. No matter what. So I nearly bought one for 1,300, but I stopped myself because that's the price of a new dog.
I've already told you I've got a really good price on an exceptionally good card, so hopefully we should be trying that out. And with a bit of luck, there's no guarantee, obviously, because of the way that the Ecamm software is coded as well. From another interview that I watched from the Ecamm developers themselves, there's not much guarantee that's actually going to make a huge bit of difference. But because I think both of us have got a Mac Mini that we're using, and because that relies entirely on external display, then that's where we're going to get the maximum benefit. But if you've got a built-in display, it's not really going to give you too much of a gain, but it's where you've got a separate monitor and what have you. So fingers crossed. We're not going to have too many issues, and that damn Virgin Media won't drop the internet like it did at the last time for me. But yes, no. So this is stuff that we both of us, I think, we like our technology, we like our gadgets and what have you. And, with the various different bits of live streaming and things, not just for here, I used to do quite a lot of stuff with, from a Colours and Fires perspective as well. I've not had the opportunity to because of the pressures of work and things recently. But if this all goes well with these, with the Razer Core X, the Chroma, because it has all the wonderful colours,
it lights up.
Everything changes colour. It's
okay.
So brilliant. So, fingers crossed. Next week, when I drive, it won't be such a car crash. But I think it went well. I mean, there's a first time that I'd really use the software from a live perspective, because I was just using like OBS before, which is a very different kind of piece of software. So I don't think I did too badly. I think for those that were in the Zoom party last week could all see that I was a little bit kind of cheesed off, I think is the politest way to say things. I was not impressed. I was actually really quite annoyed with everything, because I did feel that I'd let you all down by having such a disjointed kind of show. So fingers crossed, hopefully next week's show is going to be okay. But then saying that, it's live. Anything can happen. Anything will happen. And if you kind of wish it probably is going to happen as well.
But as Amy says, in Sophie's show, we can now tell that other presenters are available. I don't think so. Did you get an appreciation, Sophie, about what it takes, the buttons pressing behind the scenes?
I loved it. I think the funniest thing was I could just see you, like, through the other camera that's kind of fed in. You were there kind of going... You looked bored when the game show was on, and it's great trying to do all the different things and what have you. I don't have all the fancy the Stream Deck stuff and what have you, so I was doing it all on the computer. But it was lots and lots of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is a learning. Even the professionals have issues. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Who wasn't calling you a professional, Jamie? They were saying that the professionals.
Do you know, I've got to apologise to everyone, because I felt guilty last night for not doing Wake's World, because I was tired.
No, not
basically.
at all.
Yeah, and I have done this for a year every weekend now, so having a night off was quite nice.
When was the last time that you had like a Friday night off or a Saturday night off and what have you from a an FOD kind of perspective, you know.
Which is why I'm drinking.
The dedication the dedication that you put into this. There's so many people behind the scenes and what have you. You know,
Yes.
huge thanks to everyone. But there's so much kind of hard work that's in there, and I mean the fact that you've kind of driven yourself to wine is, you know, it's a minor detail.
Jill, I haven't had push-up, I never say the word, Prosecco, for a very long time. And I was looking for something else in a wine map. And I was clearing space because I'm going to be bottling wine soon. Because have you ever been to my house, which obviously we're in lockdown, only essential journeys, can't do support bubbles. My whole hallway is demi-jars of wine and beer being made. And I'm about to hit bottling period. So I thought, I got a clear space. I found this. It was from Simon and Kate for my birthday. Thank you very much for that in December. And I love Prosecco. I'm just tight, so it's cheaper to buy a case of lager. Yeah, I'd be a dreadful drug addict, wouldn't I? But it's like, I'll go for the cheapest. A 2 anadin, please. And yeah, so having Prosecco, I know that I go a little funny on it sometimes.
I know, funny is good. Funny is good. So, what all of you on the chat, everyone that's watching, what have you been up to this week? What has been your highlights? What has been your challenges? What are you looking forward to? And if you've got anything planned for I'm going to say Halloween's. If you've got anything planned, don't worry about Halloween. That's months away. We might even be able to do something by then. Although we did last year anyhow. But if you've got any plans for Valentine's, let us know. Put them on the chat. If you've got any questions, not going to guarantee that we'll answer them.
I was going to say that.
Put questions, requests and things.
But we are competitive, so anything can come out of our mouths at the end of the day. Thankfully, we're
not competitive. It's just you don't like to lose against me.
Yes, so that's why I'm not competitive, because I'm a winner.
Win. No, because
I'm a winner.
Always win. No.
I got it in first. So, which wasn't being competitive, which was a statement of facts.
I shall be asking Mano to verify those facts later.
We don't play board games anymore for other reasons.
Okay.
I got bored of winning it. It's no fun being in winner's row on your own.
That's why you host the games, isn't it? Because
it is.
You don't have to get dragged into.
For winners row, not winners row.
Winners row, you do you? Oh, okay. Yes. I'm sure that's another story that we're not going to go into.
Here we go. Rob, well done. He managed to raise £165 so far to Macmillan using the birthday function on Facebook. Well done. Let me see if I can find something there.
That is amazing. Well done. And if that link is still open, those of you that know Rob on Facebook, then go. Donate.
Click on him, he'll be there on his Facebook. Stalk him. Talk about charity. Manu says he's been scrubbing chocolate off just about every surface in the house. Well, I like to keep you busy while you're furloughed, so that's nice and handy. So I'm doing everyone a favour now, they're sure about. And Paul Hart says, did that include sleeping on the sofa by yourself?
I don't know who that. I don't know how long that, because obviously we're about like 10 or 20 seconds ahead of what you're actually seeing. So that may have been a comment to something that was said like a little while back, and you could see that both of us like
penny dropped.
Okay, no idea on that one. Sorry, Paul, no idea on that one.
So, but yeah, Paul, if you could just send us a clue, maybe you could do it in breadcrumbs and give us a game. The games. Did that include sleeping on the sofa by yourself? No, I've got a bed. Or was that you, Sophie?
No, I've got a bed as well. Oh. Okay.
Not even a dog bed. I've got a proper bed.
I'm sure. I look forward to hearing the actual the explanation for that in the chat. And I'm so sorry if you're all laughing because it's gone over both our heads. Then that's absolutely fine. Anyway, cheers.
We've got product, so it's stuck
over there.
Cheers. Oh no, your glass.
I don't know. Everything's back to front. Everything's back to front.
Oh, my glass is appearing behind me. Oh. Do you know, we could just do an hour of drinking. Wouldn't that be a lot easier than
goodness me. I was watching a Thank you, Helen. The Valentine's plans include sleeping on the sofa by yourself. Absolutely, yes. That's
He's got a shower curtain for a curtain.
It's pretty much
Just
my Valentine's. Tomorrow is. I've ordered some new games.
Here we go.
So I've decided, obviously, that of the selection of games for my game segment that I play when I'm hosting is not enough. So one of them is going to be really interesting because it's based. Oh goodness me! What's it called? The one that
Upstairs, Downstairs.
No, what's the game that The Wall with Danny Dyer? I don't know if you've seen it. It's the most
Wall. There's one behind us.
The most ridiculous game, but it's got a lot of tension and what have you. So basically, it's just like a huge, big version of the ball drop thing, and it kind of bounces down, and eventually it comes out at the bottom. It tells you how much money you've won. So I've ordered that, and that's coming tomorrow.
Is it like a cash machine?
No, it's not a cash machine. You'll have to check it out on the thing. You have to wait and see until next week, because obviously it's not going to work on here, because what they do is they put one of the contestants in a soundproof room, and then they're trying to answer the questions. So I'm going to adapt it and what have you. So I don't know if I'm going to play that one next week, because I'll need another camera hooked up, and then that's going to add more technology issues. I might keep it simple. Do something similar to what we did last time. I thought it was good with a little timer and what have you. So I've got more games. So I've got that coming tomorrow, and I shall probably be watching. I've all caught up on One Division, which is getting really interesting. So
I haven't seen that yet.
I'm not going to give anything away. I can't give it. I can't, because for those
not the plot, a summary. What's it about?
Well, it's a follow on from the Avengers Endgame.
Oh, was it? I thought it was about Wonder Woman. Oh, okay.
No. Wanda, who is one of the characters.
A fish?
No. Not a fish called Wanda. I know. It's not a fish called Wanda. There was two characters.
I've got Sophie's joke book, everyone.
There was two characters. There was Wanda and there was Vision, and it was both about them. And so I was watching that. Obviously, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has finished. It was a bit of I was a bit disappointed by the ending of that, with all the build up and what have you. I don't have the lingo. I don't have the lingo board game, so we may have to try and adapt that. But I've got lots. I now have lots. I even bought another one today at the supermarket at Sainsbury's. On my way around, so I will get this nice little collection. So bizarrely, when lockdown is over, I'm going to have lots of games to play when people come round and visit, because instead of going to the pub. But there we go. But I'm sure we will go to the pub, and then I can take it with me.
Well,
we can all play it down the pub.
Apparently, I have gossip. Well, not gossip. I think it's important. They're looking at opening outdoor pubs, pub gardens in April. But to be fair, if you're shivering now, it'll be shivering in April a little bit.
Well, they're saying that by middle of next week, it could be up. It's a dramatic increase. It could be up to about.
It was 18 next Saturday on the allotments.
I was going to say it was like 16 or something. So it's going to feel quite different. It's super, super, super cold at the moment. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. So I've got lots of games. So I'll be doing that. I'll probably be playing my guitar. I've got a few songs that I'm trying to write, and I can't think of any words for them. So I'm trying to kind of do that. I'm going to try and do some recording. Trying to pull together another single to publish out. So I've kind of set all that up tomorrow. So I'll have a little play around with that. So that's my Valentine's, is doing everything that I like to do myself. So what are your plans?
And she's asking you at home, not personally me, because you don't.
I know. I'm asking everyone for everyone.
We want to know what you're doing, everyone at home. Paul says, "I think we should do a blankety blank version with Supernova Release." So, you know, we have played blankety blank. Actually, it's one of the games that I brought in. Rob says, "I saw something about the opening with no alcohol."
No. It was one of the games that I brought in. As it happens, it was one of my games, because I've got the board game. You did the Family Fortunes one, which was hilarious.
I have got blankety blank as well. show. I just haven't brought that in yet, but other game shows are available. We can't be done for favouring one or the other. Rob says, I saw something about them opening up with no alcohol. I think that was muted and I think laughed out a little bit, wasn't it? I think. So, Sophie, let's shout out to the fun uncles, Martin and Brendan. Please dial in. Ready for our game against each other this week. To find out, as we are showbiz couple, Sophie and Jamie. I don't actually know what the game is now because it wasn't what I actually asked Mano to plan. So this is going to be interesting.
I literally have no idea what's going to happen. I say I've been told to write something on a couple of bits of paper. I have done. So this is going to be just as a revelation to yourselves as it is to me, because I literally have no idea. I'm not nervous at all. I've got no. Yeah, I don't know. And if the question is to do a Kate Bush
dance,
interpretive dance, and as we know, the default answer is no.
I love Kate Bush. Didn't she used to live around here somewhere? I think.
I don't know. I would love to meet her if she did, because she's absolutely.
She used to live on one of the rivers. There's only one river in the Thames.
Are you sure you're not thinking? Are you sure you're not mixing that up with Toe to Toe Hall and maybe over at Maple Durham and all that lot?
No, it is
Badger.
Kate Bush. Other animals are available, but no, Kate Bush or a woman from that period lived there.
Like Toya.
No, not Toya. I mean, I know that Tapau lives next door to was my sister when Sal was alive. Yeah. Always drunk in the fields chasing a dog.
China in your hand, in case anyone is wondering. It was one of those. She was one of those one-hit wonders that actually managed to have just more than a couple of hits, but then only people generally tend to remember her for China in your hand.
I don't know. I've done that other one. I did remember another Tapau record. The F.O.D uncles are joining us in the green room. Let me do the technical bit behind the scenes and add them to a guest too. Right, Sophie, are you ready for this?
I think so.
Okay, what's going to be really odd is that I did plan a video intro for this that will no longer go with the game we're playing, but the only way I'm moving that scene is by playing the video intro. You will understand. Here we go. This was going to be Mrs. and Mrs., but not now. Here we go. Let's bring the F.O.D uncles into the room.
Well, we'll get back.
There we go. Back. She was still talking when I pressed the button.
Helen, we'll get back to your comment in a little bit. Hello, you two. You're gonna have to scooch up together. You're gonna have to really scooch up together.
Yeah, we got a tight slot to fit in, haven't we?
That's how you like it, though, no?
I was cuddling up to him earlier, and I said, "Isn't this sweet as he has? We don't have to do it yet."
It's not Valentine's Day yet, Jesus.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Yeah.
Other profits are available. So over to you, Fun Uncles. We don't know what we're doing, so we just got told.
So if you like.
Well, I didn't read the comment you'd sent through, and then Sophie
did.
told me what it said, so I had to improvise a little bit.
Okay, so what?
So have you got your names written down on 2 bits of paper?
I have now, yes. I didn't have a marker pen, so I had to colour in letters. I didn't have any crayons.
Yeah, that's right. At least you've done your colouring for today.
Yeah.
Well, it is going to be Mrs. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs.
Mrs. and Mrs.
Well,
I'm happy with that.
Mrs. and Mrs. And yeah,
Mrs.
Jamie.
To do is that we're going to ask you a question, right? And in the usual way, depending on what you think, you hold up the piece of paper.
Who you think is the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so who was Mr. Love UK? You put my name up.
Okay.
Yeah, so do you get it? Because Jamie has that blank look again. And
So if we said, who won Mr. Leather UK 2017? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we will keep track. We do have a number of questions, so shall we begin?
Let's do this.
Right, we'll begin with question number 1 then.
Which we've added. No, we've got a question 0.
Yeah, question 0 because we added one. Right, question 0. Who is the best presenter? Okay.
Be biased.
Oh, this is very weird because did she swap around?
And also, don't forget, whilst you're watching at home, you can give your answers as well. So, who do you think? I mean, it's a bit of a tie, so we need a bit of clue from everyone that's watching as to
that is going to be all decided by the audience.
Or we give 1 point each.
Yeah, for the laugh.
Yeah.
We're good like that.
We're good like that. We give you 1 point each. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
How generous of Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Who is more obsessed by their phone?
Say it again, sorry.
Yes,
Who
it
is
wasn't
more
a language I
obsessed?
understood.
Yeah.
Who's more attached?
Yeah, but I think Jamie held up a blank piece of paper on that case. You have to hold it and leave it there so we can read it, Jamie.
Who is more attached to their phone?
So go on, lift up your... Yeah.
Oh, your paper's see-through.
I know, it's magic paper.
It's mine. Hang on. Oh yeah, look. Oh no, I haven't got it in a shot. That's why. No, mine's not. Expensive paper.
We can't read yours, Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie. What did you put, Sophie?
I think Sophie put Jamie as well, didn't she?
I put Jamie up.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. Jamie.
I hope you spelt my own name correctly, but there we go.
Well, you've got so many now.
Sorry, for some reason, I always
Jamie.
spell your name Jamie.
That's a female version. So Amy says,
Okay.
does Sophie have Doctor Who's psychic paper?
I do have Doctor's, and it's the magic paper that jumbles the word, because I actually written it down correctly, but when I hold it up, it's spelt the wrong way. So it's Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie. Go on, Jamie, Governor.
Question. Those apples and pears.
And this is going to be a difficult one, and I think it is going to have to be decided by the audience as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Question number 2.
Have we got an
Please
audience?
put your comments in as well. Question number 2. Who is the smartest?
Ooh.
Oh,
So that's a tricky question because we're both very, very smart, but in different areas, different topics,
Yes.
and what have you. I'm going to say that I think we're kind of like evenly matched. I'm going to say. I wouldn't like to say.
Yeah, I better do that as well because it looks a bit odd if I don't.
Because the stuff that Jamie knows.
It looks a bit odd when you were putting in...
The stuff that Jamie knows that I haven't got a clue, and I know that pretty much a lot of the stuff that I do for work and what have you, that
I wouldn't have a clue about.
no, exactly. So I would say we're probably fairly matched. So it's not as if one's smarter than the other.
Yeah. And other chocolate bars are available.
And Sophie...
You didn't say chocolate.
and Sophie is definitely the more diplomatic.
Diplomatic, did you say?
Okay. Diplomatic.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
the next question.
Yes.
Who is more... And, this isn't just in your public persona life and stuff. It's, in your general dealings with people and stuff. Who's the more dramatic?
Who's the most what?
Dramatic.
But only because I have a theatre background. Television, actually, but theatre will do.
I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you've done that.
I have no idea what's going on.
Story of your life, and you roll with it. You've been doing it this long. This is going to be an odd one.
Yeah. Which has the best sense of humour?
Oh, define humour. I'll put Sophie because I got no idea if it's funny or not when she does stuff. No, please, everyone, can you ignore Mano in the chat room because he doesn't know anything.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
For the manners.
All the life's a stage, Mano.
Big thumbs up,
Every day is a
Mano.
theatre
Big
production.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
Mum jokes certainly do count. Amy, absolutely, yes, they do count. I love that. Amy coined the phrase. For those that don't know, Amy coined the phrase that I tell mum jokes as opposed to dad jokes, which I thought was brilliant, and absolutely love that.
I call it bum jokes because I have no idea.
Oh dear, dear, oh dear. Sorry for uncles. Sorry, FOD uncles.
Oh no, they could be full uncles, but the only part of FOD that can be.
Okay.
And the FOD squad.
And
it rhymes.
And you've got a special pass then. Sorry for uncles. Carry on.
Yeah.
Which of the two of you will be quickest to get that spider out of the bathroom?
Oh, I'm gonna. Well, I know it's not. I know for a fact it's not me.
I did it once. When I first met Mano, he wouldn't climb up the stairs because there was a big spider on the stairs. And I'm not a fan of spiders, but I just picked it up in my hand and took it out for a walk. Didn't take the dog for a walk all those years, but I took a spider out for a walk.
Did you have a little lead for it as well? Come on.
Little raincoat.
It was a little wet.
Oh, God, no, I am.
I've seen Charlotte's Web. I know how it ends.
I'm absolutely petrified of spiders. Literally am. I think it will come from a young age when my father used to catch them and hold them in their hand, and then used to repeatedly try and throw them at me. So yeah, because I had such a wonderful upbringing. So no, I absolutely detest spiders. And I've known too, if there was a spider in the house, I will go out and do something in the hope that by the time I come back, it would have disappeared, rather than me kind of doing anything with it.
Taking yourself out for a walk.
But if there is a spider in the bedroom, I talk to it. I do. I say like, "Hi, I can see you. I know you're there. If you keep to your corner, don't go over to me whilst I'm sleeping because I won't enjoy that." And I get very, very nervous about them. So literally, I'm not the best person with spiders.
Cool.
And on next week's Jack and
Next
we
one.
will give you...
Your next question. I like this one. Who has the biggest bra size?
I know my size, but I don't know Sophie's.
Yeah, that's why you have to hold up
obviously,
the
I
baby
know.
then.
I obviously know my own kind of bra size.
Well, I
But
should hope so.
I'm going to say Jamie because of the prosthetics that you use.
Yes.
And
I even stuff them a little bit as well. But
mine are all like I've grown these myself.
mine are machine washable.
No, yours are moved.
Yeah. After lockdown, you won't need prosthetics.
38 double D is what I am.
So you're
When you put the prosthetic ones on.
38 double D.
Well, my chicken fillets are. I don't know about my breastplate.
Oh, okay, very well. In fact, then that turns out that it's me because I'm a 42B.
Oh, you got your own question wrong. Oh, hang on, breaking
You
news.
got it wrong as well. I didn't know.
Donald Trump has just been found not guilty of inciting US Capitol rioters to insurrection. The breaking news
Well, there we
now
go. That
for
was
people at home.
That was always going to happen. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, the next question is, who is better with timekeeping?
At what?
Timekeeping, being at
Oh.
places on good time.
Yeah, I actually have this phobia of being late. I would rather be a half an hour early for something. And you all know me. I get really arsey if someone's late. I really do. So I'm punctual, Percy.
Dramatic
Apart from
entrance,
tonight.
darling. Dramatic entrance. Always be late. Then you can have this dramatic entrance as you walk in.
Don't keep reading my book.
Yeah. There are always exceptions.
All I heard was there were olives. So I'm not sure that was what you asked, was it?
No, I
So
think
he
you
was once late, was 5 hours late.
Oh, okay. You
But
were
yeah,
once.
generally,
you were-
kind of Sophie is always late. Yeah.
Yeah, the audio, as they say on television, the audio is breaking up, so it's difficult to hear what you're saying. So I think you said that it depends on the situation. On one occasion, Jamie was 5 hours late.
Oh, do you know what? That came up on Facebook the other day. I was 5 hours late for Brenda's birthday.
I'm regularly late for everything, so there we go.
Well, look, once upon a time, I had Polish builders in to put up my lounge. I've got the stuff on the wall, the glossy furniture. So they were due to arrive at 11 in the morning, and they turned up at 10 o'clock at night. And even at 12:30, I said, you're going to have to go because I should have been at the pub at 8. And I turned up for the last half an hour of Brendan's birthday.
Yeah.
So only one. So one.
It was funny. Yeah, kind of you are generally on time.
And I was the only person that turned up. So
How long ago was it?
Yeah, not everybody else has gone home because it started.
I say, how long ago was it? Because I can't.
Oh, that was
I
quite
got
a few
an
years
invite.
ago.
I was going to say, I don't think I got an invite.
It must have been 4 years ago.
I was saying the fact that I didn't.
Yeah,
really
about
properly
4 or
know
5
you
years
at the
ago.
time
No,
has
4
got-
years ago.
The fact that I didn't know you at the time has got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it must
I
have
still
been 4,
did- I did still
It's
didn't
a
get an invite. Amazing.
Yeah, I
Next
didn't know
next
Jamie
question.
5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, next question. Right, okay. If you can remember, who has the worst memory?
Oh,
No,
out
we're
of
not
the two of
kind
us.
Ask you to give you of your most. Yeah. Who? Yeah.
I can remember arguments like 20 years ago. So that, so I got
Yeah. Just hold up the.
Oh, Sophie. Yay! Both got that right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember, so I just held my name up instead.
Number 9.
Oh yeah. This is funny. And we all know the answer to this one. Who has had the most partners?
Who has had the most?
William Shatner. What?
No.
Partners.
Who has had the most
The
partners?
most partners.
Can you define partner?
Well, how?
Anybody that you went to bed with, Jay.
I'd be intrigued as how you're validating the answer to this because how do you know how many that I've had?
Oh, well, no matter how many you have had, there's still no fucking competition.
I want it in this case.
No.
It's
I got a point of order here.
Jamie.
Brendan said
Jamie.
it's the people you've been to bed with. Now, I was a serial dater after my husband died, but I didn't sleep with all of them. So despite what the
Because there
world
was
might
only
say,
so much space in the bed.
You
could
was
only
just
have-
stuff with half of them.
I got a king size now, but it's so I don't know how many Sophie's had to know because it's not on Facebook.
Of course, it's not on
Obviously.
Facebook.
She's not in the back of a cab with scorecards. You know, I don't know these things. So it's not like come done with me.
Your own name up, Jamie.
Yeah. So
I
answer
can't
is
just
you
do your narrative here. Miss Love UK 2017.
Yes, no, I've been,
Yeah, so 4 years ago.
I've been single for 10 years, and I haven't had a partner in all that time.
What about the definition of partner according to Brendan and Martin?
Well, okay, I haven't. There isn't anyone that's been like vaguely in anything in any of those definitions in all that time.
Anyone that remembered the name?
You're a
is what
serial.
I do.
You're a serial dater, or you were, and I'm a serial singular.
I was a serial dater, masturbator, but that was all was. Other forms of exercise in lockdown are available.
So you've been out with crunching out cornflake, Jamie?
I've been out with
you can
crunching
see
out
why I
cornflakes.
give myself and the man over fucking laughing already.
I don't even get the chance.
Anyway, next
can
question.
handle their
Next question. Next
better?
question.
Yeah. Who can handle their drink better? Don't be looking at you.
I don't really know. I'm not. No, I don't know, because I know when I do get really drunk, I can be. Yeah, I don't.
Nil point.
I don't know.
Oh,
Paul says
I can handle my drink.
I like the way Paul saying. Paul saying I can handle my drink 100%. I hope that wasn't based off of the Zoom party last night, because I was just drinking water, and I've got a lot of experience of drinking water, and I'm pretty good at it.
I haven't. Why make it if you can't drink it?
All right, then, your next question. Don't make it.
I'm sure I can hear a television downstairs. Oh, sorry, I was talking to myself. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah.
Floor's yours.
Who is the messiest?
Yeah, don't forget to hold up your piece of paper. Who's the messiest around the
Yeah, but you've never seen my flat, so you've got nothing. I would say actually Jamie's quite. Obviously, I've only been round yours once, and that was when there was the barbecue in the middle of the lockdown, when we were allowed to go and do the things when we had the nice weather. And apart from the fact that you had food and stuff and what have you everywhere, I thought the place was immaculately clean. Although, actually saying that, until you went up the stairs and then you started going into the other rooms, and it was a bit of a dumping ground and what have you. But I know that my place is. I mean, it's tidy but messy. It's clean but messy. So I would say probably Jamie on that one.
They've been speaking to Mano, so I know it's going to be me.
All right. Do you honestly think that Mano needed to tell us with all the times that we've been over to you?
He wants to play Snow White, no, Cinderella. He can start glossing her. And I've got the pumpkin carriage out in the shark driveway. And the mice. Well, hopefully they're dead.
Do you remember the room that's now the drag room, and Lawrence was coming to stay over, and we basically had to go to the dump to get rid of all the boxes that were actually on the bed that went only up to the ceiling.
You're nodding. You can hear this, Sophie. I just think they're shouting down the corridor. I think we can hear them in Whitley. I can't hear a word.
Well,
Martin's very clear.
Yeah, no, I think they were just reminiscing of a time that proved the point that you were the messiest.
Oh, really? Well, did the people at home hear this?
Yeah.
Everybody else can hear it. It is difficult.
I
to
got
hear.
a vax, or whatever you call it.
Scene. I didn't think you got.
Yeah,
your
it's
yet.
stayed in the box for 2 years.
No,
So 2017.
it's got a
That was
wobbly
so
handle now.
2017 of facts.
He didn't want to get it dirty.
I don't want to be dramatic, but no. This lady is not for turning
Okay.
into a housewife.
Next question. Who's the grumpiest?
That's easy. I got diabetes.
Oh, I feel bad putting this up, but there we go.
I can
Jamie.
edit you out of this, you know.
Yeah.
I got all the mechanics to make things happen.
I think it's.
I got
I think,
Okay.
I think most of the time I could have just had one card that says Jamie. I'm so embarrassed that I can't spell. That's
I'm gonna start writing more cards out here.
Jamie.
Who?
Sorry, Jamie's colouring in. We'll get back to you in a minute.
It's like, no, that's fine. We need to keep his attention. That's all right, sweetheart. Draw another picture. Can you do one of a house now? Let's see if you can draw one of a house.
It's
That's
an
it.
elephant.
Good boy. It's all right. We'll have a look at your picture in a minute.
Try and
sweetheart.
colour
Don't worry.
inside the lines.
I got
Who?
bits of paper everywhere now.
Is the fussiest? Who is the fussiest eater?
Oh,
Define
without-
fussy though.
Well, that's without a shadow of doubt.
Allergic. Allergic is the word you're
No, I
looking
use
for.
that. I use that excuse when they say, "But are you actually allergic to tomatoes?" Yes, they make me violently angry.
Is that
They
the
say
fried
fussy,
green
but
tomatoes?
peanut oil is not a fuss. It's a killer.
There's a lot of things I don't eat because I think they are devil's food, but they just happen to be
Really?
quite common things.
I always thought you'd be quite adventurous food-wise.
Oh my god, no! Anything with like peppers and tomatoes and all that nonsense. My goodness, no!
Ooh.
Chickpeas, pineapple.
Even I eat peppers.
Oh my god, no!
I
Devil's
grow
food.
them
Devil's
with my
food.
piston compost.
Oh right. Do you know you said you had some
We
leeks? I don't want the leeks
we
anymore.
actually thought that it would be. We actually thought it would be Jeannie, but it just turns out that Sophie's a freak.
Yes.
I am a freak.
you
yes,
were
I have
wrong.
Foreign
often
food
have
like
been. I often have been called a freak. I think that was from some religious family members, but I'm not quite sure. But uninterestingly, that was nothing to do.
What were they serving?
That was nothing to do with food either. I know, Mano, you love your bell end peppers. That's what they call it.
He just loves his bell end.
he loves his bell end.
No, I just realised what that was.
Bell peppers. And I want to see the video of you spitting your drink out, Mano, as you were laughing on that joke.
Oh, it's water. It'll go on the floor and melt. No, dehydrate. No, evaporate is the word I'm looking for.
Next.
What?
Go,
We've
next
done the
question.
smartest, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm going to take back the smartest answer. It's clearly
The
me,
next
right?
question is. Who could talk their way out of a speeding ticket?
Who could talk the way out of stealing something?
No, who can talk their way out of a speeding ticket?
Speeding ticket.
If you were driving very fast, oh my god, that means he's going to
You
have to
talk
drive
nicely
fast.
to that machine.
Is he actually capable of driving fast? I've seen the videos of him on the motorbike, so the story of him on the motorbike. I don't know. I
Safe
think
driver.
Yeah, we'll imagine that he's in a car, not on his bike.
I think especially in my old car, not the one I've got now, the one which was like a 2.9 turbo diesel. It was like that went fast, and that was nice going fast. I think I'm probably more likely to get a speeding ticket. I'm gonna say Jamie again because I think he's got a little bit of the stuck or claiming that policy numbers and things and saying, well, subsection
No, I just
3.
say I work in healthcare.
I have to do this for my job, so I do understand a little bit about these processes.
My driving
so I
license does say Dr. Wake. So that's how I get out of stuff.
Okay.
the way.
It may not be true, but it does say that on my driving license.
Oh, Dr. Wacky. come in.
Yeah.
The doctor will not
Okay,
see
your
you
next
now.
one. Who is the best singer?
Oh, you see, again, these are really interesting questions because despite what everybody tells me and what have you, and I don't know whether if Helen is still on, she'll probably say that same with other people. A lot of people think I've actually got a good voice. I don't rate my voice at all. I think I've got a really bad voice. And I think you've got a little bit more range than I have, and you certainly with all the songs and stuff that you do when you do your Supernova show. So I'm going to say I haven't. Yeah, Jamie doesn't have a good singing voice, but Supernova does. I don't have a piece of paper with Supernova written on there. It definitely isn't me because there's only. I mean, from karaoke when we used to have it, I would only get away with singing like a couple of songs because they were the only ones that I could actually sing. So.
And I can't actually sing modern songs. I can only do Broadway and West End because I think that's my drama school training. It's actually that I had my karaoke on for the first time in a very long time. Loved it. I thought I was Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. Did it perfectly.
That's a weird one as well.
So look at them. They're having a little conversation about Sophie. We're just chatting amongst ourselves. It's fun.
No, it's fine. On this occasion, you were boring them as opposed to me.
Okay.
Martin's
Who
gone.
is
Where's
the
he gone?
most immature? I'm going to skip it to you.
Impure.
Say that again. I didn't catch the question.
Which of you is the most immature? What about it?
No, I put the wrong one up. I meant this one.
I do have a level of maturity unseen of people my age. I know that. But generally, I like to be the child in a relationship. Whether it's friendship, love, or with the chip shop.
I just constantly take the mickey and make jokes all the time and do silly things. So I don't know. It's
a quick. Yeah, and for one more, and then we call it a day because it's gone after 9. Oh yeah. Who would be most embarrassing at a wedding?
It depends. I mean, if it's turning up to somebody's in my family, then I think they would find me a lot more embarrassing than being there than if Jamie was there. But if you mean who would make a spectacle of themselves or a bit of a show of themselves at a wedding,
yeah.
In this scenario, are we invited to the wedding?
When it comes, of course we would be. I mean, it was like, no, are you going to bash down the church door and wait for that particular moment and then just go, don't marry them, marry me, because I love you. I love you, Darcy.
I used to go to funerals for a breakfast when I was younger.
Funerals to go and skive the food off of them. Bloody hell.
I mean, this is about when I was homeless.
Definitely now. Definitely now. I can be very sophisticated when I need to be. So, me.
Although I look good in a black suit and tie for a wedding with a top hat.
Or in a coffin.
Y-shaped, obviously, according to your questions.
I can be very, very civilized. I've already a friend of mine got married a few years back in Reading, and it was absolutely wonderful to be invited to their wedding, and it was such a thrill to have been there. And another really close friend was supposed to have got married last year, but obviously with all the situation of things, has had to postpone it. So we had a little picnic on there. It should have been my wedding day, so we had a lovely little social distance picnic in the summer. instead. So very much looking forward to when that can actually take place. I do have like the wedding dress and everything not my wedding dress. I've got a dress to wear at the wedding that I'm really looking forward to wear. Because that would be wrong apparently to turn up to one of your friends' wedding dress in a wedding dress. That's apparently not the thing to do.
Can I wear a tiara?
And why does she have to wear the same dress?
Well,
But
actually,
no,
after all
fine.
that, you both actually got 16. Right.
16.
It was a draw.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet 16. Thank
Out
you
of
so
what?
much. There were some tough questions in there that really kind of made me think. Which,
And do you know
is-
now where we totally matched? You need to get a room now. Especially with a brick wall with some pictures behind it.
No,
And
No,
we've
I
got that,
think-
and we'll go to it very soon.
I think we're both into different things. I think that's the politest way to say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm into KFC.
You're
Sophie's
into
in
KFC,
McDonald's.
yes, and I prefer the lettuce as opposed to.
Other
As opposed
vegetables
to the
are
burger.
available.
Get your tomatoes out of my face.
No! So tomatoes and your bell end peppers. Get them off of my face.
Oh, look at you and your red hornet pepper. Is that a bell end pepper?
Oh goodness, that's going to be the next joke. No, but thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful. Fod uncles, love you to pieces. Looking forward to seeing you in the after party room.
In the zoo party, yeah.
as
We're
well.
going
So
there now.
And
thank
before
you ever
go,
so
Fun
much. I
Uncles,
think you're on the door. You're going to be the bouncers. So everybody play
If your
nice.
name's not Dan, you're not coming in.
If your name's
And don't
not
forget,
Dan,
Fun Uncles
Dan,
are
but
back
if your name
next
is
Saturday.
Dan, you're very welcome.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very common.
We,
Fun Uncles,
we might let Guy be in.
Jamie, what are you trying to say?
your radio show starts next Saturday, is that correct?
That's what we're hoping for. We're going around to Sophie's to collect the microphones and stuff like that tomorrow.
It's all set up.
He's
It's all
down the-
in a bag, ready for you to collect.
Yeah. So we'll be trying to do a dry run or something. He's downloaded some more music legally, of course. We're just going to add that to the playlist and kind of see what we come up with. So we're going to be
you've
doing
learned
the SaturGAY warm up. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
SaturGAY warm up. Yeah, from 6
So-
to 8 on Saturday.
Amazing. So everybody that's watching online, so Radio F.O.D. We'll be sharing the stuff and what have you. Gary did a great show earlier on in the week. It was absolutely wonderful. If you missed that, then obviously that's going to be on Thursday again. But having a warm-up show before we start, that's going to be insane. Really, really super looking forward to that. So thank you
Exactly,
so
Ben.
much. That's going to be so cool.
Brendan,
So
you've
then
got
by
a
8
question
o'clock.
from Paul Hart. Any Daniel O'Donnell? Paul Hart is asking for a request already.
Well, there we go. Requests are coming in.
And there was me thinking he was looking for an alternative hairstyle to the one he's got now, because he really needs to sort that shit out. Swearing.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so we got Gary, who is our presenter on Thursday. So we got yourselves on the roster. And we're always looking for more volunteers to help out with all the different things, because I can't be doing everything. I know Jamie does a lot, but I can't be doing everything. And we need help in other areas. Thank you. That's really, really cool. Amazing. Thank you so much. We'll look forward to seeing you in the after party room.
Party?
And so the details are all online. If you are having trouble and you can't find them, then please do message us. Don't feel as if it's kind of like an exclusive place or too corporate that you can't go to. All very, very welcome. Just message any one of us, or even just message onto the FOD Facebook channel. We will send you the links and what have you. So yeah, no need to get kind of distraught that you can't get in, because we want you there.
Yeah. Our space
the more
is your
more
safe
faces,
space.
the better, because we're always, it's lovely, like, ourselves, Sophie, Jamie, and like, we see each other a lot anyway. So it is lovely to see some new faces and just to see how everybody's getting on, because that's what we're all about. We want to be here for the community during lockdown, and out of lockdown, but in lockdown for now.
Well, Pod on Calls, it just leaves us to say thank you very much for hosting the game this evening. We're going to move into the live screen. So Pod on Calls, all we've got to do is disconnect once we've disappeared. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. And here we go. Back in the room. I think I cut him off there for a second.
That was fun.
I can get rid of all these questions and answers now. Well, I did have a no written down.
Are you sure that's a no, or are you trying to tell us that you are now on?
Yes. Versatile. See, I can do.
I did that. I've done that once before when I think it was.
What's on the back of it? What's on the back of it?
when it was on. I think it was on your birthday card, right? And I wrote Jamie, and I was like, that for some reason that looks wrong. I don't understand. Why does it look wrong? And then it was because it's wrong because you've spelt it wrong, you thick idiot. I do know how to spell. It's not that I'm dyslexic.
There are like loads of versions of my name, but surprisingly, it's really weird. Hello, darling.
I just think that's hilarious.
Sarah's in. Sorry. Hello, darling.
Hey, Sarah. So I was just taking the mickey out of my inability to write down Jamie's name correctly. It's Jamie.
You're going to be able to forge one of my checks.
Say what you see. Jamie! Say what you see. We could do the news presenter thing now with the bits of paper. It was like, thank you very much.
I know, I love this. It's like, everything's dropping on the floor. I'm like, and on tomorrow's show. Indeed.
Well, next week's show. So, we've got lots of other things. We've already given a clue as to what's happening on Saturday.
Shall I go through what's happening? Should we do that?
I think you should. I think everyone wants to know.
Busy.
Jamie, what's happening?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Sophie. Here we go. So on Monday, FODBOD's quiz night returns. If you have not joined in, all you got to do is join in the event when it goes live. Always late because I'm a bit slow. And no prize, but then again, no pay to play. Wednesday, 8 p.m. The weekly woof is, I believe, on. They were supposed to have a week off, but they did a week with the Citizen for Petrol and Jobs last week, so hopefully they're back this week. I shall, fingers crossed, be back Friday at 8 p.m. for Wake's Week, which is basically just me moaning and ranting about something for an hour. Believe me, I can do that. Saturday, 8 p.m. is myself and Sophie again, SaturGAY Live, and Sophie will be driving the show. And don't forget, after every Friday and Saturday, there is an after-show party. And it is literally our online pub. That's basically what it is. And don't forget, and I say this every week, I need you to know that we need you to be part of the lockdown listings too. Can't just be all our faces here to keep you going through lockdown and beyond. We're looking for live streamed and pre-recorded LGBT plus content to entertain people at home. Don't forget, everyone should not be lonely during this period. We'll provide all technical support if needed. I'm trying to suppress a burp as I do this, and I do apologise. Too many bubbles. Just send us a message through Club F.O.D or at F.O.D TV. Let me bring Sophie back so I can burp and mute. 1 second.
So there we go. Oh, that was good. I love the way that you're turning away there. And we do want you to provide us with content if you've got ideas of things that you want to do. As you say, Jamie, if it was like pre-recorded and you can send it to us, we can put some branding and stuff around it, and we can kind of between us we can make it sure that we can queue it up and we can play it. If you send us pictures of you watching the show, there's some great pictures that came through the other week as well, so that was really, really cool to see those. So thank you very much for everyone that kind of sent those. Unfortunately, we can't promise to return your photos to you, but thank you so much for sending in all. And if you want to do some colouring in and crayon in like Jamie was earlier, please send those pictures through. Just make sure that they're not just pictures of penises, because obviously that would be hilarious. Or letters. You can draw pictures of letters as well. That's fine.
Yes.
So yeah. So next week, next Saturday, I'm driving again, and hopefully by then it would have fixed some of the technology kind of issues. And I'm going to be doing my infamous game segment, and we're going to be looking for people to dial in. Now you've seen what happens on my show when I do that. We are looking for you, as Jamie was quite rightly pointing. Sorry if they poked you in the eye there, but they are pointing at you. I am talking to you, our kind of audience. It's simple games. There's nothing challenging, nothing embarrassing and stuff that you have to do. And I try to mix it up and have different kind of slightly different games and whatever that we're playing. So we've got the wall thing that's arriving, or I've got the wall thing that's arriving tomorrow. Ordered. Yes, it's a bit sad when you look at your Amazon order. It's like £75 worth of games. It's like nothing else, no tech, just all these different games with lots of different questions and things. So please message us if you want to participate on that, and if you want to be a guest and join in, that'd be absolutely amazing. And if you want to send us a video or something that we can play, then please do that. And also we've got our Fund of Diversity, which is the link is above there. We've reset it because it's now the month of February. Please, if you do have a little bit of money that's kind of we say to spare, we don't necessarily have money to spare, do we? You know, especially at the moment.
No, we're very poor.
And whatever. So we incredibly appreciative of the donations. If you go to SaturGAY.co.uk, you can make a donation onto that, and then it will come through and help us. And where that donation goes towards our Fund of Diversity, and we're looking for kind of organisations and individuals to put a submission in for a grant. We have, from the donations that we've received so far, before we were a charity, it was a lot easier for us to kind of donate the money outwards, but now that we are a charity, we issue grants. We're waiting for some kind of suggestions to come through, and that will come into funds at f-o-d.co.uk. That's funds at f-o.co.uk, and that will go through, and we'll have a conversation with the trustees, and we can discuss and decide whether we can actually will then give you those funds. So we are looking for suggestions, whether it's something that you work with, or even an organisation that you are familiar with and you think they deserve to get a grant. So please do let us know. We would really appreciate that. So we're kind of still looking out.
Oh no, I was enjoying that because
I was going to say it was like
I was Dolly daydreaming for a moment.
I don't know whether you were enjoying it because you were trying to sort out your teeth and you were trying to like play with your beard.
I got a bit of waffle stuck in my front tooth.
I think you just get a bit bored when the attention's not on you. You're like, but hang on a second.
But you know what it's like.
Why is she taking over my show? I don't need her. I can do this myself. I don't need you. But
you know what it's like on Saturday. I rushed so much. So I was making up the last graphics tonight, and I thought, I haven't eaten anything. I'm about to hit Prosecco. So I grabbed 2 Belgian waffles out the cupboard. And it's pearl sugar, isn't it? So I've got bits of pearl sugar from waffles stuck in all my teeth. Other snacks are available, obviously. But Belgian waffles are my go-to eat. Because I think I get enough calories in there to keep me going until I have something to eat. So Sophia has explained everything to you there, what we need from you. Obviously, that amount up there needs to go up in February because we are the 12th or the 13th. It's the 13th, but not the 12th.
The 12th was yesterday.
I'll go through and edit every social media post later. So, I think it's coming up to 9:30. We've overrun by half an hour, and we haven't even had a big game.
Well,
so we've done well
We've
chatting.
had fun though, but I would like you to leave you with this, and I'm sure Jamie's just going to go help. My flatmate said that they think that Jim Morrison is a bit overrated. I was like, don't you slam the doors in my house.
Hello. I know some breaking COVID rules. Can you? What do you mean bad jokes aren't part of it?
That's a great joke. I love that joke.
I do save really crappy jokes on my phone every time I spot one. I thought, I must give that to Sophie because she's in the repertoire. And I haven't found any that I Well, no, I have got one. I can't share it in a public arena.
I thought that was a great joke. I mean, but part of the fact is like, well, at least when I say my jokes next week, I'm gonna have like the applause and the laughter and the things and what have you. But when I say it with you, you don't even bother. Like you're all either that or I get the little horn. I don't even get like a laughter, or you just like you give me that stunned, silent treatment. But it's fine.
But in other words, one time I farted so long, I was surprised my butt cheek didn't have time to stop and take its breath. And then the interviewer said, "And a weakness?"
I think he may have missed something.
I got it right, but it went over everyone's heads, which is fine, as long as it wasn't Martin's farts. Somebody say goodbye, Sophie.
Yes, sorry.
I've run out of Prosecco, so it's probably a good one.
You've run out of Prosecco. Yeah, so I think I'm just about to tear down my set.
You can compost that, recycle it, you know that.
I know. What about your compost? I don't want to put anything near your compost. Thank you very much. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for another crazy SaturGAY Live. It's been an absolute thrill and pleasure to be on here. I'm really looking forward to next week. The quiz is lots and lots of fun. If you haven't been on the quiz, we always have a good laugh and what have you. The questions are actually quite tricky, but we have and they're the easy questions, and we're still not very good. But there is, there's a teacher on there who thinks that they are very, very clever because they are a teacher. They are clever and they are a teacher, but they're still not very good at the quiz. So with that bombshell, and I'm sure they're at home going, "Why I ought to," but. Come into the quiz and see for yourself on Monday. And then obviously, as you said, we've got the weekly woof, which is like really informative and what have you. I can't always tune in, but I do drop in and say hi to them when I can. We've got Gary's show, the Art for Your Oral Pleasure, on Thursday. I listened to it last week. Wonderful stories about different events and things that have taken place in various different bars and things in London. I think there was a great story about, I think it was steps at GOY at Heaven. So that was a really great story. So you're going to hear lots more things like that. You've got Wake's World. Is it Wake's World or Wake's Week? I think we always
I've always got it Wake's Week. It's actually called Wake's World, but I've called my own show wrong for so long. And then, of course,
I don't feel so
Sophie.
bad now about spelling your name wrong if you can't even get your own show. You have to edit the graphic, and then that way you'll be right. It will be Wake's Week.
But I look at the graphics of it. Oh, that's what it's called. Myself and Sophie are back next Saturday. Remember, if you are if you are spending Valentine's Day alone, remember you're never alone with us here at Club F.O.D. We'll make your life just as miserable without a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, or a girlfriend. Remember, spread the love. Don't spread the germs, and we will continue to be with you every step of this lockdown journey. I love you. Sophie loves you. And, let's just leave you with your dance hits of the last 30 seconds. Get ready to dance, Sophie. Here we go. Good night. God bless. See you soon.